Fox 9 all day.
Yes, you are here on this Wednesday afternoon. Again, 1 week ago today was the tragedy at Annunciation School and Church, as a mass shooting there really just has shaken the lives of so many people and ended the lives of two of the students from Annunciation School, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. And it's been very, very difficult for the past week. And this morning, Vice President J.D. Vance and the Second Lady of the United States, Usha Vance, are at Annunciation. We just saw them getting out of their motorcade a few minutes ago and going in for a series of meetings. And Lauren Andrego is out there for us today. And there you are, Lauren. I know, first of all, talk about a little bit about what's going on out there, and certainly the difficulties of covering something like this, because the security parameters are very, very tight, and the space that you're in can be also equally tight, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the case. Good afternoon, Rob. We are on the corner of 54th and Lyndale, just a block away from Annunciation. And you can see that security you were talking about, heavy police presence here on the road, which is currently blocked off because about half an hour ago, Vice President J.D. Vance and the Second Lady and their motorcade of about a dozen vehicles and a dozen state troopers made their way onto this street. You can also see right there at the intersection a couple dozen protesters holding signs, a lot along the lines of asking for gun control action. They have been here for about an hour as the growing memorial continues to bring people here to South Minneapolis. Also happening right here in this parking lot, a blood drive in response to last week's shooting put on by Memorial Blood Centers. And Corey Bianchi-Rossi is here to tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing here today. Obviously wanted to get close to Annunciation in a community that has been impacted in so many different ways in the last week, and a lot of people just hoping that they can find a way to give back. Can you tell me a little bit about the response? We were talking earlier and you said since numbers have been you've been keeping track with Memorial Blood Centers, you've never seen so much interest in folks wanting to donate blood.
Yeah, that's true. The last week we saw the highest amount of whole blood collected since about 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you hearing from people who stop by? What are the conversations that you're having? As folks, I've seen a lot of people donate blood and then walk over and pay their respects. It's a heavy day here.
Yeah, it is. When Annunciation reached out and said we want to do a blood drive, we arranged some things to get a couple buses here because we thought it was very important. They wanted to send a message of hope to the community, and so their congregation, their members of their Annunciation family have shown up, and they are showing that hope to the community because we're full. It's been an outpouring of great service for them. And the things that are coming on, we're hearing from them is basically, hey, we wanted to do our part, or there's other people saying, hey, I have kids and I saw how they, if my kids were in that situation, how would I be affected? So we're hearing things like that. We just want to show some support for the community.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about that, because I know there are still people at home who can't get to Minneapolis, but they want to help in some way. And there are a lot of ways that you can give back, and we need blood across the state right now.
Yeah, we do. As a matter of fact, we can't manufacture it, right? So it's got to continually need donors. And so if people are looking to donate, you can go to nbc.org. And then we have a donate now button or donate blood button. You can actually put your zip code in, and you can find out the nearest blood drive or the nearest donor center, and you can make your appointment right there. You can make it for tomorrow or today, all the way out a month in advance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Corey, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it and what you're doing here today. A lot of people around here, Rob. We've seen hundreds of people make their way into this. We're in an AutoZone parking lot. We're across the street from a Starbucks. Everyone kind of wants to get an eye on what's going on over here. And I want to show you something that kind of made my jaw drop. If you look at these poles along 54th Street, Bows of Love is a nonprofit initiative that community members, families, and friends are getting involved with. There are bows lining this entire neighborhood of South Minneapolis. You can see it all the way onto Lyndale Avenue, all the way onto Highway 62, Highway 100, bows everywhere. And it's just a reminder that, tragedy happened here a week ago. There are news crews everywhere. There is law enforcement. But first and foremost, this is a community that is, trying to move on with their lives and trying to find a way to help and become part of the bigger picture. And I think that's just a really great visual showing that there's a continued effort to help this community heal now, 1 week later.
I was out there on Friday when they were cutting those tablecloths into strips to create those and sending them out, and then again on Monday when I drove through that area. Stunning how many of those ribbons, Lauren, are out there. They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Lauren, thank you so much for the time there today. It gets pretty heavy out there as we continue to cover this, and just for the community, for observers, but certainly no more heavy than for the families of Annunciation that are dealing with so much heartache and grief and working through that out there.